Hello, Lisa Warden with Sacred Living. I am here with your reading for the week, Sunday, the 26th of June through Saturday, July 2nd. And I also have your 4 archangels for the week, so be thinking about if you resonate with Archangel number 1, Archangel number 2, Archangel number 3, or Archangel number 4. So I'll give you those messages at the end. Today I am reading with Colette Baron Reid's deck, Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. And we've got some great helpers from Spirit here for us this week. We've got some really good stuff. So Sunday we have help from the Swan Queen. And she is asking us to allow time to have that magical transformation into the swan. It takes time to turn our ideas into beautiful reality, and it takes time to transmute some of the things that we may not like about ourselves into something else that is more beautiful. So it's important to give ourselves that time, but this is the energy that we really begin the week with. And the other thing to keep in mind is sometimes swans are a little tough. And so like I'm really drawn to how this swan in the corner has kind of got his wings up and like, what's going on here? So even though we are working on change and it is becoming more and more graceful, it seems like there's going to be something where it's important to add a little bit more energy of investigation to something and not just equate quiet and shut up with beauty and grace, because sometimes grace has to get in a person's face when the truth is not the truth. All right, so then the next thing coming up is the prison wave. And so it's going to be really easy around Monday or Tuesday to fall prey to some of our own limited thinking. And so this is a prison of our own making. Therefore, we are the only ones that can let ourselves out. So it's important, if you start to catch that your thoughts aren't the frequency that you would choose to have, clear, cancel, and upgrade them to focus on what it is that you do choose to participate in. Because otherwise, we can really get stuck, and that can really mess with the rest of our week. So lots of times when we have low frequency emotions, sadness, despair, those kinds of things, lots of times anger is what comes on the back. And so you might notice a little bit of fiery energy, a little bit of something that feels more like a rage, but anger is an activating emotion. It causes us to get up and do something. When we've been feeling apathetic or what's the point to something, anger can really help us move forward. It's a very healthy emotion when we use it and channel it properly. So there's going to be a little bit of that. When we fall prey to our lower frequency thinking, then along comes a little bit of anger. And it doesn't mean that you're going to rip someone to shreds, and it doesn't mean that you're going to get in a really big fight. It just means that you're going to declare to yourself that you've had enough, and you're really going to take aim, because I'm really looking at how his fire is going off kind of like a bow and arrow. And you're going to take aim at something better with where you choose to feel, like where you choose to be in your life. And I'm not going back to that prison wave and that self-sabotaging pattern anymore. Then the next thing around Thursday or Friday comes in this Hawk Prince energy. And so Hawk medicine is all about seeing from different angles and a higher perspective, and also working to be something better than we are right now. Starts out with Swan, goes to Hawk. This is going to be a good week. So the Hawk Prince, the archetype of that, goes ahead of us to see what is on our path and to see what it is that we need to do in order to reach those goals that we do have. But also it is something to ask us to pay attention to the things that Spirit is guiding us with. Like, there are going to be a lot of messages coming in, and so make sure that you're talking to Spirit and asking to really recognize the signs that they are showing you that are going to assist you on your path. So it's almost like there's luminaries guiding your path if you are looking for them. So be asking Spirit to help you to recognize the messages that they are giving you about how to move forward on your goals. So the next card around the end of Thursday coming into Friday is the Dream Walker. So this is talking about dreams, collective good, but there's also some illusion involved in here sometimes. So it's going to be really important to see what is it that what about your dream is real and what is in fantasy and not really for your highest good. And there are a few different ways that you can test that, but really you can play out in your mind's eye with spirit support and say, what's this going to look like if I try this? What's it going to look like? What do I need to know about giving this a go? Because when we ask a what question, it really puts spirit to task in communicating with us in a way that really makes sense to our minds. Because sometimes we get in the habit of asking yes or no questions, like, should I take this job? Well, Spirit's always going to say lots of times, yes, take the job, because there's going to be something that you learn, even if it's awful and it's painful and it's miserable. But if you say, what do I need to know about taking this job? Then Spirit can communicate effectively. You're going to be miserable because this boss is really micromanaging, or, whatever it is that you need to know. What questions help really Spirit work in harmony with our free will and not against it. So if there's something that is coming to fruition and you're wondering about this other thing, then what questions are the way to go? So at the end of the week, on into Friday, Saturday, is the Horse King. And horse medicine is so powerful about getting where you're going and having the resources to do so. And I was really thinking in my mind about the movie Hidalgo, if you've seen that. And I was thinking about this Horse King as it related to how Frank in the movie, it's based on a true story, he had done a lot of long distance horse races, and so it was all about endurance. So there's some projects that you've been doing that have felt just overwhelming and daunting because they have taken so much time and energy, and probably more time than you expected that they were going to take. But the good news is the finish is in sight, because that's what I was seeing, is him really riding hard to the last little stretch. So this is going to be a good week. Some transformation, choosing to upgrade out of some lousy thinking, setting our aims higher to really feel and do better, looking from all of the angles for what Spirit is telling us as far as steps to take, really getting clearer on our dreams, and also having the resources in the last little bit of stretch in getting those things. So good stuff this week. Now, your personal archangel of the week. If you had Archangel number 1, then you have Archangel Raguel. And so this is talking about relationship harmony. We angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved. Arguments and conflicts are being resolved now. So Archangel Raguel is somebody that helps with justice and harmonizing relationships and those kinds of things. So if you feel like, oh, this person I'm in a relationship with, or this person I work with, blah, 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 please help me to achieve harmony with them and justice. That's definitely an option that you can use your Archangel Raguel connection with this week. Archangel number 2 is Archangel Haniel. And the card is sensitivity. You're extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your true feelings. So Archangel Haniel is about helping us understand our gift of empathy and clair sentience, our clair feeling. You can also ask her to help you to see yourself with better eyes. So when we think about our appearance, we're like, oh, and when you think about your limitations, and you're like, ah, ask Archangel Haniel to help you really see your own inner beauty and really own it. She helps you to really refine our vision of ourselves and help to uncloud our vision, so to speak, with all of the sometimes negative that we have seen about ourselves. If you have Archangel number 3, then you have Archangel Jeremiah. And the card here is overcoming difficulties. Archangel Jeremiah says the worst is behind you now, and you are surmounting any previous challenges. So he is actually asking us to have mercy on ourselves with how we are looking at the course of our life. Sometimes when we have been through really difficult things, we manifest more difficulty just because that's what we're used to. And so he asks us to be a little bit kind with ourselves and how to move forward without bringing the past with us and recreating it all over again. If you have Archangel number 4, you have Archangel Azrael. Hello from heaven. And so Archangel Azrael says your loved ones in heaven are doing fine. Let go of worries and feel their loving blessings. So Archangel Azrael is also the archangel of counselors and counseling. So if that's something that you're involved in, then you can invoke Archangel Azrael to help you with all of that. But if you are struggling underneath the weight of grief and loss, you can ask Archangel Azrael to help you feel connected to your loved ones that have gone on, to see them in dream time, or to have a divine appointment so that you can really connect with their frequency and check in. So that is your reading for the week, Sunday, June 26th through Saturday, July 2nd. If you are looking to book your own reading, get a hold of me in Facebook Messenger, or my information is in the comments. Take good care, everybody. Have a great week.